Have you ever met someone who seemed completely unaware of their own foolishness? They speak loudly but say nothing. They insist they're always right, even when the facts slap them in the face. They think they know everything but, in truth, understand almost nothing. According to the legendary Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung, stupidity is not just a lack of intelligence, it's often a refusal to grow, to reflect, to understand oneself and others. Today, we will explore the 6 clear signs of a stupid man, based on deep psychological principles inspired by Carl Jung's observations. Pay close attention, you may recognize these signs in people around you, or, if you're brave enough, maybe even within yourself. Let's begin. Sign 1, he believes he's always right. The first sign of a stupid man is his unshakable belief that he is always right. Carl Jung observed that true wisdom involves humility, the ability to say, I might be wrong. But a foolish man sees disagreement as a personal attack. He doesn't seek the truth. He seeks to win. He doesn't listen to understand. He listens to respond. Such a man surrounds himself with people who agree with him, avoiding anyone who might challenge his fragile ego. He would rather stay comfortably ignorant than risk the pain of realizing he's been wrong. Jung believed that growth requires confrontation with the unknown, the uncomfortable. A man who refuses this confrontation is destined to live inside a small, shrinking world where he is the king of nothing. Remember, a wise man doubts himself. A foolish man doubts everyone else. Sign 2, he cannot handle criticism. The second sign is an extreme inability to handle criticism. Criticism is essential for growth. But to the stupid man, criticism feels like a dagger aimed at his very identity. He doesn't see feedback as an opportunity, he sees it as an insult. Carl Jung pointed out that the ego, the mask we show to the world, becomes dangerous when it cannot tolerate even the smallest crack. The stupid man's ego is a brittle, defensive structure. When someone points out his flaws, he lashes out. He mocks, he belittles, he attacks, anything to defend the illusion that he is perfect. This man confuses his fragile pride for strength. But in truth, real strength is the ability to sit with discomfort, reflect, and change when necessary. As Jung once said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. A man who cannot be criticized will forever be a prisoner of his own unconscious stupidity. Sign 3, he blames others for his failures. The third sign is a deep, habitual tendency to blame others. When something goes wrong, the stupid man looks outward, not inward. It's always someone else's fault, the boss, the government, the weather, his parents, his enemies, his friends. Anyone but himself. Carl Jung emphasized the importance of individuation, the lifelong process of taking responsibility for one's own life and choices. But the stupid man never steps onto this path. He remains trapped in a childlike mindset, where he expects the world to treat him fairly, no matter how little he invests in himself. This blame game becomes a way to protect himself from the painful truth. He is often the architect of his own failure. By blaming others, he guarantees he will never grow. He will repeat the same mistakes, over and over, each time inventing new villains to blame. True intelligence demands accountability. Foolishness demands scapegoats. Sign 4. He refuses to learn from his mistakes. The fourth sign of a stupid man is his stubborn refusal to learn from his own mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Mistakes are not the problem, they are opportunities, moments where life teaches us lessons we could not learn any other way. But the foolish man doesn't see mistakes as lessons. He sees them as humiliations to be buried, denied, or blamed on others. Carl Jung emphasized the power of self-awareness, the ability to look inward and face the uncomfortable realities within us. But the stupid man avoids this inner work. He repeats the same poor decisions again and again, somehow expecting a different result. Instead of reflecting, he distracts himself. Instead of asking, "What did I do wrong?" he says, "The world is unfair." Instead of adjusting his actions, he stubbornly sticks to his old patterns, convinced that next time, somehow, the world will bend to accommodate his foolishness. This kind of man wastes years, even decades, trapped in cycles of failure. His relationships suffer. His career stagnates. His personal growth halts. And yet, he remains blind to the simple truth, that his failures are not accidents, they are messages he refuses to read. As Jung wrote, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. But the man who refuses to learn from his mistakes will never understand himself, and so he will continue living as a stranger within his own skin." Sign 5, he thinks emotion is weakness. The fifth sign of a stupid man is his deep belief that emotion is weakness. Carl Jung understood that emotion is not the enemy of reason, it is a vital part of human wholeness. But the foolish man believes that strength means emotional coldness. He mocks vulnerability. He fears sensitivity. He trains himself to suppress and deny the most human parts of himself, thinking this makes him strong. In reality, emotional ignorance is a profound weakness. It leaves a man disconnected, from himself, from others, from life itself. A man who cannot understand his own emotions is a man who cannot truly understand the emotions of others. Without empathy, he becomes clumsy in relationships. Without self-awareness, he becomes a puppet, jerked around by emotions he claims do not exist. Anger controls him. Fear controls him. Pride controls him. And yet he believes he is in control. The truly wise man does not reject emotion. He integrates it. He respects his anger, his sadness, his fear, not as masters, but as messengers. He listens to them, learns from them, and remains their captain, not their captive. To deny emotion is not strength. It is stupidity disguised as toughness. Sign 6, he judges without understanding. The sixth and final sign of a stupid man is his eagerness to judge without understanding. Carl Jung taught that human beings are infinitely complex. Behind every action, every word, every choice, lies a hidden story, a tangle of hopes, fears, wounds, and dreams. But the foolish man does not see this complexity. He rushes to label others. Good. Bad. Smart. Dumb. Worthy. Unworthy. He builds his opinions on fragments, assumptions, rumors. He does not ask. He does not listen. He does not seek to understand. This is not strength. This is laziness of the mind and cowardice of the heart. It is easier to judge quickly than to understand deeply. It is easier to dismiss than to empathize. It is easier to call someone a villain than to recognize that, under different circumstances, you yourself might have made the same choices. A truly intelligent man suspends judgment. He holds space for complexity. He knows that understanding takes time, patience, and humility. He knows that wisdom begins when certainty ends. As Jung beautifully put it, thinking is difficult, that's why most people judge. The stupid man judges because thinking, real thinking, is too heavy a burden for him to bear. These are the 6 clear signs of a stupid man, drawn from the deep psychological wisdom of Carl Jung. He believes he's always right. He cannot handle criticism. He blames others for his failures. He refuses to learn from his mistakes. He thinks emotion is weakness. And he judges without understanding. If you recognize these signs in yourself, don't despair.